Yo, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's Wednesday, my day off, my due day off is Wednesdays. Get a day off in the week now. Of course, I gotta work Saturdays, which I don't mind. I do not mind at all. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there. Shout out to everybody that been telling me to start making videos again. To start going live again. So we probably gonna do that. I was telling my boy yesterday. He was asking me, he was like, hey, why you don't make videos no more? Why you don't live no more? Stuff like that. I was trying to explain to him that yeah, I do things. I do do that, and it ended up helping a lot of people. You know what I mean? So you got to put your time and your effort. Sometimes you just got to listen to your mind and put your time, your effort into whatever your mind is leading you towards. You know what I'm saying? My time and effort it been more focused on family, spend a lot of time with the family and stuff like that, and just chilling. Spend a lot of time with the family and just spend more time relaxing and stuff like that, taking it easy, taking life easy, man, taking life day by day, stuff like that. You know, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, man, it's not that serious how people go about living, man. You know what I mean? Brian, what's going on, man? Yeah, that's what's up, man. Get your experience somewhere. I started with Swift. I had a good experience with Swift Transportation. It was a really good company. Swift they get the most bashing. Uh, they get the most accidents and stuff like that. Why do they get the most accidents? Because they're one of the biggest trucking companies. So when you're that big, of course you're gonna get the most accidents and stuff like that. But to anybody that's out there that's thinking about coming in trucking, don't be turned away by all the negative comments you see and all the negative things you read about Swift. It's a good starter. It's a good starter company. When you're trying to put your foot in the door of the CDL trucking game, that's a good place to start. There's a lot of good starter companies out there that will really get you going. You know, um, y'all gotta learn to stop reading into the haters, reading into people that just they just wake up every day just to be negative, man. You know, let's talk about negative for a second. I don't want to talk about negative, man. I don't want to keep it 100. You know me, man. I don't beat around the bush. DB, what's going on? First thing first, I want to say negative, right? Let's talk about negative for a second. I want to send a shout out to yeah. Oh, send a shout out to my job. Y'all know I was working at Cheney. I'm still working for Cheney. It's just a different branch, different location, different operation, and it's different. But I want to send a shout out to the Cheney that I was coming from because that's a really good Cheney to work at. The managers are good, you know. It's just the atmosphere. It's just I'm an energy person. I pick up on energy, right? You walk in the building, you feel the energy. You don't feel, of course, it's not a perfect world. Everybody's not gonna be golly every day, but you can just pick up on people's energy that people's in a good mindset, and it starts at the top, good leaders and stuff like that, and it trickles down, and it's just a positive atmosphere. You get what I'm saying? You go, the manager, the supervisor, they know, they know what drivers need support or whatever. They try to get us what we need. We go out there, we do the job, we come back, and, they try to give us the support because they know that it's hard out here to get these cases off the truck in the sun and stuff like that. To it's not easy providing customer service and stuff like that. Lewis, what's going on? So, and they know that, man. So I just want to give them shout out. That's probably some of the best group of supervisors and managers I've worked with. They're You gotta know me, man. I'm not. I'm talking straight. They're better. They are way better managers than U.S. food managers. Way better. So I just want to get them from where I work at. And this is just my experience. So I'm not disrespecting no managers, nothing like that. I'm just telling the truth. You know, they're way better than the U.S. food managers that I used to work at. Cause some of those dudes, man. Oh, U.S. food is a good job. I'm not talking about the job. I'm just talking about the supervisor that I've worked for. It's just, I'm just talking about my experience. Um, some of those supervisors, they just suck. You had one or two good ones, but some of them just suck. But supervisors I work with, the supervisor I work with, Florida Truck Adventures. Oh yeah, I'm out there at the PSL location. But the supervisor I work with in West Palm Beach, man, those are good set of supervisors, man. All the supervisors are pretty cool. You know what I mean? It ain't no, man. Everybody's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because I don't see the point of coming to work every day like with a negative attitude, a bad attitude. Just, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we are grown men, and we do get a job description, and it's up to us to go out there and do what we're supposed to do. And now, if a driver, if a driver is not doing what they're supposed to do, then you know what I'm saying? Then they got to be held accountable. And vice versa, man. We all work for a company. If a supervisor ain't doing what they're supposed to do, hey, they're supposed to be held accountable too. Shit. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that is a good location that I work for. You know what I mean? So shout out to those guys down there. Um, I wish I didn't have to leave, but I had to leave. I had to leave because I just had to leave. I had to follow my route. I had to go where my route went, and my route left, so I had to leave. And now I'm at a new location, and supervisor, they're straight. I just miss the old location. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta know me. I ain't got nothing bad to say. My grandma always tell me, boy, if you ain't got nothing good to say, be quiet. So I just miss the old location. That's all. You know what I mean? The new location is all right. It's cool. Closer to the house. It's bigger. It look nice. The warehouse nice. Parking lot's cool. You know what I mean? But I just miss the new. I'm just missing the old location. You know? But at the end of the day, it's all about the customers, man. To me at least, it's all about taking care of your customers and stuff like that. Hey bro, do you know what's the average new driver's minimum wage? I ain't talked to him in a long time. I don't know if he's still working there. I can't really say, man, because I know they got different type of loads out there. Um, and I know that they got a lot of chain account. They're the ones that do a lot of 365. I think they do some jails out there. So I would say that a new driver out there should make over 85 a year, which is pretty decent for a new driver. You know what I mean? But you know, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the loaders, the guys that load your truck. I got one observation though, man, that I want to talk about. When I was in the corporate office out of West Palm Beach, and one thing that jumped out at me, right, is how fast I was able to get the cases off the truck. And now these days, man, I'm spending like an extra hour and a half to 2 hours a day moving pallets out the way, you know, just to get to what I need. You know what I mean? And I understand that at the end of the day, I just know that the customers need their product, so I don't complain. I just go and I do what I gotta do, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not about people. It's not about who loads the truck or who's making the rules or nothing like that. I think people need to be more focused on the customers and stuff like that. It's all about customer service because I be thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, West Palm Beach had us the way they load us. They helped us to get the case off the truck quick. That made sense. Why does that make sense? Because the customers, I know how Florida customers operate. They like early service and they like to see the same drivers, right? So one of the things I always think about, I'm like, I think all companies should try to make drivers as more efficient as possible because if you don't make drivers efficient, what's going to happen is the customer's going to see that and what they're going to do. They're going to start ordering more from other companies. I see these things, man. I know when I'm missing cases. I pay attention to things like this. I know that I know little things. I know things like I know I'm not delivering the potato chips no more to Guanabanas. Um, Whoever got that chef line brand, they're delivering it. That's U.S. Food. U.S. Food got that chef line brand. I know I'm not delivering the cooking oil to Utiki no more. PFG took that away. I know I'm not delivering the oil to Burger Shack no more. PFG took that away. Um, I noticed that Twisted Tuna is a lot of seafood products that I'm not delivering no more, thanks to PFG. So what I'm trying to say is a competition out there. Us as us as whoever you work for, man, we just got to realize that it's a competition out there. So that's where we need to compete at. We don't need to be competing we do need to be against each other. The harder competition is in the streets. We're competing against U.S. Food. We're competing against PFG. We're competing against McLean. Well, not really, because they're more like street account. They're more like chain account. We're competing against GFS. That's the real competition. I don't want to go to work and compete against my coworkers, man. That doesn't make sense. That don't make no sense. So all I'm trying to say to everybody out there in the workforce, man, let's no matter who you work for, man, try to work together with people. You know what I mean? Just try to work together, man, because like it doesn't. I worked in a hostile environment before. It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense to me. Waste of time, waste of energy. You know, we're professional drivers, so we always gonna do what we need to do. Oh, you on with the Tennessee branch? But overall, though, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Why you eating my chocolate? Like, what are you doing? Damn, dog, so crazy. But at the end of the day, man, everything though is smooth, status quo. Shout out to shout out to all the customers, man, because overall it been consistent. Even though we lost a little bit of product, you know, we did lose. I did lost a customer on my route. Cisco did take one of our customer, and whenever things like that happen, you know, that's not based on performance. That's mostly based on other activities and stuff like that. To give you guys an example, it could be based on pricing. It could be based on customers not paying their bills and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes in food service that you guys got to understand. But the only thing that we can control is what we can control. All control is coming to work on time, not calling in, and come to work and do what we gotta do. We just gotta control what we can control, and we just gotta do what we can do. And that's all that we can do. All we can do is what we can do. You know what I mean? So I did notice that we lost a customer to Cisco, and I really don't enjoy losing no customers to Cisco, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened, you know. Um, but I got a feeling that it's something to do. It's not. There's nothing to do with credit or nothing like that. I got a feeling. I got a feeling I know what it is. I just don't want to talk about it on here or on live or nothing like that. You know. But shout out to that customer anyway. Um, enjoy the bad service that you guys are gonna be getting because I see that customer on my route, and I used to go there early. Now I be seeing Cisco there like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a breakfast place, man. I'm like Cisco tripping. You know what I mean? And shout out to I got this one customer, and shout out to them. They let me come there like it's a busy restaurant, and they don't mind me coming there late. And the reason I said that because you gotta understand, guys, you can't get to every customer. Like it just can't do it, man. And shout out to the sales peoples in the food service industry. But I just gotta say this also. I know y'all do a good job out there. I know y'all do. But whenever you guys get new customers, I don't think the wise thing to do is to give everybody a promise that they're gonna get an early delivery. That's just not realistic. For the that is just not realistic for the logistics. It's just not. But shout out to the salespeople anyway. We know that they're out there working hard and doing what they gotta do, but just be more realistic, man, and let's not have these customers with these crazy expectations. We can't be at a million stops before 7 o'clock. It just ain't. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? We've been having like a brand new customers ordering like 20 or 30 cases, and they want to get delivery before 6. Like, okay, so I'm supposed to ignore all the customers that been ordering, but you're coming with your hot 20 cases. Okay, every case count though, and every customer count. But I think we need to be more realistic, man. You know what I mean? Be more realistic. And who else I want to give a shout out to? Um, oh, shout out to the dispatch team. Shout out to all the dispatchers that work in the office. Man, they really do a good job, man, at what they do. But you gotta understand, man, when drivers out there throwing cases, they can't just reach for the phone like that. They just can't. You know, one of the greatest invention that they ever made, texting. If you can't get a hold of a driver, just text the driver, man. Like we can't reach for the phone. We're trying to throw cases. We're trying to do deliveries and stuff like that. I'm talking about every company. Every single company does this. You know, they be calling you, hey, where you at? Hey, what time you gonna get to stop 10? Hey, what time you think you gonna be done? Hey, I need you to go back to stop one and pick up 8 cases. Or hey, what time you gonna get to? It'd be like 8 in the morning. Hey, what time you think you gonna get to your last stop? Like really? Shout out to the dispatchers, man. Anyway, I know you guys work hard, and it's not y'all. I know it's not coming from you guys. I know it's coming from above you guys. And you just gotta do what y'all gotta do. But I just want y'all to understand that we're out here and we're providing the main thing. What is the main thing? Customer service, man. A lot of you guys don't even know that. You know what I mean? A lot of supervisors out there, they don't even know some of these customers because what? Why? Why they don't know these customers? Because they're not out there in the street, man. Shout out to the supervisors that get out there in these streets and actually know these customers, man. Customers talk about that. I got this one customer. He was telling me that he ain't seen a salesperson in like so long. I didn't even know what to tell him. You know what I mean? Because that's above my pay grade to tell him anything. So I was like, man, I was just like, I was just kind of, I felt his pain because he ordered something that he didn't get, and he had a lot of people to cater for, and he was really upset. He looked like he want to cry, and he was saying to himself, he was like, man, where I'm gonna find this mushroom now? I'm like, bro, I don't know where you gonna get those mushrooms. I guess it was some special type of mushrooms or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's how it is, man. It's serious business, man. Like some of these chefs, like they take their job real serious, man. And like when it's something that they don't get, when it's something that they don't get, like they get really upset about it. You know, I don't understand, man, and things like that. That's why. That's how you lose customers. That's exactly how you lose customers. Like that, you know, and I'm pretty sure that there is no company is in the business of losing customers. Man. Oh, oh hell yeah, we get thrown under. Everybody throw us under the bus, man. Everybody throw drivers under the bus, man. You know what I mean? Everybody throws drivers under the. Bro, what you doing, bro? What you doing, man? Everybody throw drivers under the bus, man. They might as well when they hire us. Part of the orientation should be like, hey, go lay down on this asphalt. And we gonna be like, why are we laying down on this asphalt? Oh, we gonna drive over you with a bus. Like what? But get it over with. It's gonna happen anyway. You know, that should be part of the orientation. If you get ran over by the bus, but we gonna get thrown under the bus should be part of the orientation. You know, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, the truck drivers. But at the end of the day, we gotta be professionals because we are getting paid and we do make good money. So at the end of the day, as long as we know that not to take it too serious or personal, at the end of the day, it's always gonna be another day. And and I mean we just gotta keep going, man. Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Don't get no beagle. Do not get no beagle. I got my beagle right now. He trying to climb the damn coconut tree. Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Eating up everything in the backyard. Just busting my bag of choco. I'm like, dude, got my backyard looking crazy. I'm about to give him the rocks people's elbow in a minute. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's a joke. Terrible joke. Yeah, but overall though, everything been good, man. Everything been all right. Um, I'm just working longer, man, because you know I'm gonna give you guys an example. When I get to my first stop nowadays, I pretty much gotta unload the whole truck because I work out of a three compartment now, and I don't know if you guys ever worked out of a three compartment. It's different. You know, at U.S. Food, we worked out of a two compartment, and at the Cheney from the corporate office, we worked out of a two compartment, so it was more easier. But nowadays, my first stop is a dock. I'm working out of a three compartment, and what I have to do in the mornings, I pretty much got to unload the whole truck basically to get to what I need, and then when I'm finished with that stop, what I do, I pretty much grab my second stop or my third stop before I leave there. You know, instead of going up and down the side doors to get everything, I just say to myself, I might as well get the next two stops ready. But it's not easy working out of three compartment. But at the end of the day, when I see cases, man. I just see money, man. So I don't complain. I just get off the truck somehow. If it takes me 10 hours to do it, I'm gonna do it. If it takes me 15 hours, I'm gonna do it. If it takes me 2 years to get off the truck, I'm gonna get it off, man. That's one thing for sure. Like when I show up to work, I'm gonna work. I don't complain. You know what I mean? I just saying to myself, like, hey, if it could be smoother and easier and more efficient, like why not? But at the end of the day, man, we're drivers. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. You know, this is not this is not the COVID year. Nobody cares about truck drivers no more, man. We had our 6 month run. You know, we had our little 6 month run. How long was it that everybody cared about driving? Anybody remember? About 5 6 months, bro. We get no type of discount. You know, it's like you like let's just say it's even home builders, right? Like they give like you know the local police they get a discount. The firefighters they get a discount. Like drivers are like nobody cares about us, man. Like yeah, y'all gotta care about yourself. We're like we're like they loved us for like 6 months, bro. Like truck drivers are important. They're bringing our food. They're bringing our fuel. They're bringing our milk. They're bringing our furniture. We pretty much bring everything. But what happened? Time went by. COVID started dying down, and the middle fingers. We started getting the middle fingers again. People start cutting us off again. People start, you know, people start. What the hell you doing parking here? And security guards start coming up to get. Hey, you can't park here. We're being treated like shit again, man. It's back to normal. And I gladly accept that because that's what I signed up for. So that's what it is with truck drivers, man. When you decide to become a truck driver, you got to know that every day is not going to be a pretty day, man. But you just got to know that it's some money to be made in this industry, you know, and you got to accept the fact that it's going to be up and downs. And there's no perfect job out there, but I think more people need to strive to make it as perfect as possible. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's not that hard at all. you know. But shout out to all the truck drivers out there in any industry that you might work for. It doesn't matter what you do. Um, any industry, man. Any industry, yo. As long as you're doing right, take care of your family. Um, making good money, paying it back forward. As long as you're doing that, everything's gonna be right. You know. And shout out to all my coworkers too, man. I got some good coworkers. Overall, we got some pretty good drivers, man. I think we got a good team of drivers in all the warehouses that I know. Like for the most part, all the core drivers is pretty good. So sometimes I don't understand the energy, like the energy, because the majority of the drivers is pretty good. So you know what I mean. I mean, shout out to the No, I ain't gonna talk about it. Oh yeah, I do gotta talk about one more thing, man, before I go. Shout out to I'm gonna talk about a supervisor real quick, right? I'm gonna give you guys a little story. And the point of this story that I'm trying to say, man, is treat others like you want to be treated, right? So let me say this. So I was driving in the yard, and this supervisor, man, he was way in front of me. I guess he's a yard supervisor, something like that. And he was doing some hand signals, man. I had no idea what he was doing, but he was doing some hand signals to me. I don't know if he was throwing up gang signs. I don't know if he was telling me to slow down. I don't know if he was telling me to put my lift gate up. In my head, I think he was trying to tell me to raise my lift gate, right? So I got upset, right? Like really upset. Like I 1 to 10, it was like number. I was at 10 because one thing I don't like when people do that hand signal shit. Like shit so stupid. Like, wait till I pull up and then talk to me. Address me like a man. Right? So, dude throwing up all these signs. I'm like, so I pull the air brakes. I hopped out of the truck because I was going to ask him, like, dude, what are you saying? Like, why you can't wait to talk to me? And he disappeared, you know? And that got me upset, man. Like, I'm just trying to give some people some advice, man. Just slow down, bro. Like, all right, I'm going to give you an example, right? If I'm a supervisor, right? First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to learn my drivers. I'm gonna try to learn my driver ways, right? Why? Why am I going to do that? You can say something to 10 drivers. You can say the same thing, and 10 of them is gonna take it 10 different ways. Yo, y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay, I hear a lot of guys say this. They like, "What up, B?" to their friends, right? That's the way they talk. Like you can't say that to a random person. Like they'll punch you in your face right away. So I'm just saying that when you're in a certain position, like you gotta learn how to talk to people, yo. You can't talk to other people like that. Like you can't be throwing up like how you know I was never in the gang before. Like you throw up the wrong gang sign and I take it personal. Like no, I was never in the gang, but I'm just giving you an example. Like you throwing up signs, you throwing up signals, stuff like that. How you know you're not throwing up? How you know that the person you're throwing up signals, these weird ass signals? How you know they ain't a gang member? And you throwing up signals like, bro, like learn how to talk to people. People's out there. I'm talking to everybody. Call All respect, man. Like, what's the problem with respecting people? Just because you're in a higher position, even if you're the president of the United States, man, you still gotta respect the newborn baby. All respect. Respect gets you a long way in this world, man. You know what I mean? I respect everybody, man. I like when I'm around people, like they gonna get my pleasantry, how you doing? What's going on, such and such. 'Cause that's the way I was brought up, man. Like if it's a new driver that's coming in, I'm not gonna belittle them because they're new. I'm gonna show them respect, man. And I'm gonna try to help them out. The other day, the other day, I gave a driver one of my hand trucks. I'm like, here, bro, have this. You don't need it. This is your first hand truck in your collection. I just gave it to him. Why? Because that's the type of person I am. You get a lot when you give, right? And I'm just trying to say, man, like the point of this live is that I just miss working at the corporate office. Sometimes you don't realize how smooth a place is until you don't work there no more. You know, I miss working there. I don't miss working for U.S. Food. I do miss the company. I just don't miss working there. The atmosphere. Um, and you know, everything's okay, man. How far are U.S. Food? Typically they respond between a day to a week, sometimes even longer. Sometimes, but like if they were gonna move forward with the process, they usually respond within a week, especially if they need people right away. You know what I mean? That's how they um that's how they usually respond. Hey, we got some people up in the building. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We know it's a Wednesday. A lot of people still at work. I'm just kind of relaxing, chilling out today. Chilling in my backyard under this coconut tree. Hey, the best thing I ever did for myself when I was planting these damn coconut tree, yo. I planted three coconut trees like back to back to back. Yo, this is the best shade I ever got. Man, I can't even explain it, bro. I'm gonna hang up a hammock. When these trees get a little better, I can't wait. I'm gonna put a hammock right on it. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Plant some trees, guys. That shade, man, especially living in South Florida, you gonna need that shade. You gonna need that shade, bro. You know, you definitely gonna need that shade. But overall, man, you know, we're in the month of April. April just started. Next month is gonna be my third year at Cheney Brothers. Overall, it's been good. Um, my personal experiences, my experience is not the same experience as others. You know, others could feel the same way I feel, or maybe they could feel different. But overall, my experience has been good. Shout out to the upper management in Cheney, man. They're pretty good. Most of the salesmen I deal with, they're pretty good. You know, most of the drivers are cool. A lot of drivers, they're willing to go out there and go get it. We do have a lot of crybaby drivers, but that's pretty much everywhere. We got drivers that won a lot of cases, but then we got some drivers. You get them like 400 or 500 cases, and they start crying. They don't even want to get out there and start trying. But, you know, everybody's not built the same, so I'm not here shooting the blame. I'm just keeping it 100, man. You guys just, man, if you decide, anybody that decide to come to food service, just man up and get these tapes off the truck. It's not that serious. It's literally picking up a box and putting it on a hand truck. Sometimes you just gotta do a little digging. You know, a lot of people don't like to dig. If you don't like to dig, it's not the job for you. You know what I mean? You gotta dig. So overall, it's been cool, man. And the money is good. You know, and it's not even about the money. If you work in food for a couple of years, you already know you're gonna make money regardless. Especially if you're on one of the good routes. And I got me one of those good routes, man. Like my route is like good, good, good. You know, my route is good, man, and I don't want to get off my route. Um, yeah, pretty good route, man. And shout out to all the food service drivers that I see out there. You know, I run into PFG, I run into Cisco, and I run into US Food. And one observation that I can make, that I'm gonna make on my route, out of all the companies that I run into, PFG and Cisco, they're more you would likely to see the same drivers in the area. Now with US Food, and this is just my observation, US Food always see a different driver, you know. Um always see a different driver in my area. But PFG always the same drivers, same two drivers. It's two drivers that does the route. And you see them all the time. You know, so shout out to them. Shout out to the beer guys that I run into. Always run into the same beer driver. Same guy. That dude fast as hell, boy. You know? But his company, he told me straight up that they're not drivers over there don't usually make over 75,000. So that's what it is over there. And to him, he says easy. All he's doing is dropping beer and going. He does the kegs also. Yo, you got to be strong as hell to be moving around kegs all day. You got to have a lot of upper body strength, man. So shout out to those guys. They out there working hard too. Me personally, I think they deserve more money than that, but that's just me, you know. Um, so far in my area, like it's pretty much like no, it's pretty much not a lot of competition up here. We got we got Cheney, and then we got Amazon across the street, which is that's pretty much all contractors. Then we got FedEx. That's pretty much they don't really have no truck drivers over there. That pretty much everything pretty much inbound, outbound, and yard drivers. But good news for anybody that live in the Treasure Coast, Costco distribution is coming this way. And I got a lot of truck driver friends that work for Costco. All of them enjoy working for Costco, man. Their top pay $33 an hour. They get paid on Sunday, and they get paid time and a half after 8 hours for each day. So what does that mean? You could work 30 hours for the week, and you can still get overtime paid. Why? Each hour you work after 8, you got time and a half. Their benefits are pretty good. It's not that expensive. So what's that gonna do, guys? Is that's gonna like put the like competition in the area. And competition, you gotta know competition is good. Because when competition comes, that means like companies gotta step up and like every little bit of factor that makes a driver or even a warehouse person. Even people in the office, they got to step up to like little things like insurance, little things like like the little benefits, stuff like that, and pay stuff like that. They got to step up because now it's competition. And Costco, man, that's the only thing I can say about Costco is that food service drivers gonna make way more money than the Costco drivers. And why is that? Because they're not gonna get as much hours as we are. So our time and a half is gonna be way more than they are. But if you're not that money hungry, that might just be a good option. And it's not necessarily money hungry. That's a bad term I'm using. That's a bad reference. I do apologize for that because man, everything's too high nowadays and people just need the money. Cost of living is high. If you need more money right now, then food service is the best option. But if you don't need to survive on that much money, then you can go ahead and get by with Costco. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, I know people at Costco that work 7 days a week as a truck driver. And you probably thinking to yourself, how could a truck driver could work 7 days a week? I'm glad you're thinking that. Let me explain it to you. If a truck driver works 8 hours a day, if a truck driver only drives 8 hours a day, even nine, he'll have enough hours to work every single day of the week. Every single day of the year if they want to. Now, why is that? I'm not a DOT expert on hours of service, but it's simple math. They will never get to their 70 hours in 6 days or 7 days, whatever it is. You gotta know what I mean. They'll just never get to it. But then they'll just keep running on recaps over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Because they're only doing 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? So that's one of the advantages of working at a place like that. But then you gotta ask yourself, like, who the hell would want to work 7 hours a day? People that don't think the work is hard. All they're doing is dropping their hooking and they're going about their way. People would do it. A matter of fact, I know somebody that did it. I'm telling you, I know somebody that do it every now and then. He'll go 7 days in a row. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. That is not crazy. You know what I mean? But I'm about to get ready to get out of here. Shout out to everybody that took the time out to listen to my live today. If it's your first time listening to my show, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as we drop this live more often as I got going on, you know. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday. I'm out of here.